Good afternoon, New York Comic Con. How you doing? Come on, a little bit. Yay! Yeah! We've got a gauntlet in the Infinity Gauntlet. There you go. Who's very excited. Thank you guys for being with us. We've obviously had some amazing programming today, and we are going to continue that. We have got the Webtoon creators. We're going to talk about this new media, and you guys are blowing up. We're going to talk first here with Tom Akel, who is the Webtoon head of content. And we've got Victoria Robado, who is a writer. And we've got Reilly Brown, who is an artist. And so all of you guys with your lanyards, you're going to see the little Webtoon. You've seen it all over the place. Those of you in the know, and there's 50 million users in the know exactly. But just in case those are still getting into digital formats and such, Tom, tell us a little bit about what Webtoon is and why you guys are different.
So, you got me? All right.
Yeah.
So, we've been in the U.S. for about 4 years, and we're a free digital comics platform. We have comics for everyone, every genre, for every audience. It's all user-owned, user-created. We upload 38,000, we don't upload, creators upload 38,000 different titles on a regular basis.
Wow.
Into what we call the Discover section, which is all user-generated. And then we publish under our featured banner about 100 or 150 titles. And everything is free to users. It's all in a vertical scroll format for those who are familiar with what a Webtoon format looks like. It's a little different than regular comics, but they publish every week instead of every month, so you get even more.
Yeah, now, so this is amazing because this is a space where creators can make their content, get it out relatively quickly, and it's their own IP, which is, that's a big fight for a lot of people that are walking around with portfolios or ideas going, somebody needs to look at my stuff. So tell me a little bit about why the platform has been so open to being able to be a place where creators can get out to an audience.
So, without getting too much in the weeds on the background of it, we started in Korea about 15 years ago, and the print market there had died.
Yeah.
So our founder, Jungkook Kim, built this platform as a part of Naver Corporation, which is a tech giant over there. And it's just the DNA of the company to make creator-owned comics and we're all about empowering our creators, and we're a very creator-first mentality, and that's worked out for us pretty well with with the scale.
So let me talk to both of you guys about your endeavors. So Victoria, you have Blessed, which is your title. So tell me a little bit about what the appeal was for you. Obviously, there's a lot of different places you could go that would be traditional, but what was the attraction for you about what Webtoon was doing and what they allowed you to do with your ideas and what you wanted to put out to a fan base?
Well, what I found about Webtoons is that it's a good place for my content because it's content that it's good for girls and women who are usually not very welcome in other types of publishing comics. And I absolutely love the idea that it can go global. Anyone who can read English will be able to read my comics. I'm Argentinian, like I speak Spanish, and I found people from my country that are reading my comic as well.
Wow.
Even though it's in English.
Yeah, so it seems in some ways a little daunting because you have so many users and then there's so much content coming in, but from your perspective, what was the way that you were able to find your audience? Is it because women are coming here and they want to read what other women are doing and you ended up finding your fandom in your base, or is there something special about what Webtoon does that allows you to get outreach and be able to let people know your story is available?
Well, the ease of being able to just download the app and just read all the content that's there for free, that really helps. Everyone now uses the internet. Yes. Everyone has a phone.
Yes.
So it's really easy for anyone to really find the comics. And I do find that Webtoons is really welcome to romance and drama stories, which is usually the favorites for us. And that is a really good thing for me.
Yeah, and it's obviously something that a lot of places are leaning into, but it's incredibly popular and has, really ardent fan bases where they want to continue reading those kinds of stories.
Yeah, definitely.
Tell me, Reilly, a little bit about, the art that you do, and from an artist standpoint, what was appealing to you, and what about this place allowed you to kind of get your art out there and be able to collaborate in a different way?
What I enjoyed about it is it's a different format than I'm used to working in. I've worked for Marvel and DC Comics for years, and so I'm used to doing it page by page, like a typical comic book, and it's a lot of fun just to change the format and have new ways of playing around with the narrative and new ways of telling stories. It's a lot of fun.
Now here I'll ask a question, because a lot of people out here are creatives and they're going like, well, I'd love to do it as a profession. And how's the way that you were able to kind of help monetize so that your artists, based on their fandoms and their followings, are able to kind of make a living based on the art and the writing that they're doing, so that you can go directly to your audience members? It is a free platform, but what's the way that you guys can sustain yourselves as creatives as well?
Well, we pay them.
Yay!
So anyone in featured where we're the publisher gets a highly competitive page rate with everything else in the industry, as I think you guys will attest. And then anyone in Discover, we've just beta launched our ad sharing program, and that follows about 2 years of a partnership. Well, we still have the partnership with Patreon, where anyone in Discover can sync their Patreon account to their Webtoon account, so people can donate money to them.
Nice.
On top of that, we just sunset this program, but for 2 years, we were donating, and we donated well over $1 million directly into creators in Discover for their creator-owned work over that time period. And now that we've launched the beta of the ad sharing program, over 90% of the creators who are eligible for that are already logged in and participating in that.
Wow.
And that is projected to eclipse the money that was coming in through our Patreon pledges. So
Victoria and Reilly, you worked for traditional paper-based, you've worked for Big Two, Reilly, you've also, you see that digital is obviously, everybody's got a phone, they've got a tablet. What's been interesting for you guys to make sure that your art still feels like it's vital, that it's in this new medium where new generations, this is all they kind of know? What do you feel like is helping you kind of transition either to a new audience, or is this allowing you to find your audience?
I mean, the audience on Webtoon is insane. I think that at this point, even though it's just been a few weeks, more people have read Outrage than have ever read any of my Marvel stuff.
Wow.
So it's really incredible. And I don't really, I mean, other than the format changes I mentioned, I don't really see it as, like, it's not, I just see it as a way of presenting my artwork that I've always done to a new audience.
Right.
And it's a younger audience. I'm not used to having fans that are younger than me. It feels great. There's people that leave comments on our comic that say, you know, I'm in history class and my teacher thinks that I'm doing work, but I'm actually reading Webtoons. And that's awesome.
Yeah, the direct feedback is awesome. All the comments.
Yeah.
Are always really, really fun to read.
It's a place where you want to read the comments. That's a good thing, right?
Yeah, that's different.
A little frightening, but yes. It's good.
Yeah, everywhere else. And that's awesome that you can create a community where there is a positivity to what you're making, and that you know you're going to hear kind things rather than negativity that's in the rest of it.
It's not Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, one of the comments here, one of the advantages for creators especially, is that the community is right there. You can interact and see what you can interact with them, see how they feel, see how it affects them. Where, you know, in traditional work, you can only do that at a con and have to travel and bring your work, and maybe some people find you in Artist Alley or on a personal website or somewhere in social media. Where here it's all just happening.
All right, so I want each one of you just to talk about what your title is that you've got now that you want people to know. Tom, we'll start with you. Just a little, the name of it, the title, and you know, just a little tease to why they should jump in and look at Back Channel. Okay, so I'm currently co-writing Back Channel with Stan Lee and Andy Tong on art, who is making me look really good. It just launched this week. Awesome. So there's only 3 chapters up. It follows Tom Tanner, and the briefest version of it is he has fallen in with a decentralized hacktivist organization known as Back Channel, who are currently liberating prisoners across the United States, and we kind of don't know if they're for good or evil, and how his relationship with his father ties into what's happening. Ooh, sounds good, intriguing. Victoria?
My comic is called #Bless. It's about a girl who downloads an app and swipes right to date 7 gods and goddesses that are trying to actually create a new demigod on Earth. Ooh. So she has to go on dates with all of them.
Ooh, I like it. And then Reilly?
My comic is called Outrage, which I'm doing with Fabian Nicieza. And it's about, like, you know when someone posts something online that makes wish you could just reach through the internet and slap them?
Yes, many a time.
It's about a guy that can do that. And
I love that power.
he creates some kind of virus program that is affecting the internet and assaulting, like physically assaulting people who are bullies online or whatever. And it's a a lot of fun. It's very relevant. And
Sounds like wish fulfillment to me.
yeah, there's a little bit of that. But we promise that we are equal opportunity offenders, and we are not fair to anybody.
Nice.
Like, everyone is equally treated badly, and if they're not yet, just give it time. It'll happen. No one gets a free pass from outrage.
Awesome. Well, this sound like 3 amazing stories that you guys need to be downloading, put on your Webtoons, follow, and then also, if you guys yourselves are creators and you're looking for a space, Webtoon is the place to give it a try.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys, for explaining, and good luck with all of your titles. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And everybody, Infidel creators, talk the acclaimed horror comics. So let's keep on this on the comic book tip. We'll continue with that in a minute. And thanks, everybody, for being here. Have a good one.
Hi, I'm Jackie Jennings with SYFY WIRE. If you can't get enough of New York Comic Con, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel for news, interviews, cosplay, and so much more. What are you waiting for?